First day of school, junior year, like I came to school with a black eye. And like everyone was like, what happened? What happened? And I'm like, oh, like I got elbowed at a party.
I was held down on the floor and screamed at.
If she does one thing he doesn't like, anything as in wears something he doesn't approve of, talks to someone he doesn't want her to, he will constantly threat her with things like, I'll dump you, I'll tell everyone all the things you've ever told me, I'll make your life miserable.
I was pushed against a towel rack and had bruises on my back for weeks.
One night we were out to dinner at Fridays, and I knew this old gym teacher who like taught at like Westbrook's, like an old school. And like I said hi because I knew him. And when we got out of the restaurant, he was like, what the you think you're so cool, like you think you know everyone. And then when he got back, we went back to his house, and like we were still fighting like the whole way home. And he grabbed a knife and he threatened to cut my throat, and by this point I was crying. And he's like, fine, like I'm not gonna cut your throat, but I'm gonna carve my name into you.
I've known Billy for a number of years, a long time, and he used to have a lot of anger issues. I remember him yelling at his girlfriend at the time in college in the middle of the street, getting the cops called on him. He was always punching walls and rocks and breaking his knuckles from time to time.
I was dating him. Overall we dated for like a year, and I want to say 9 months. It wasn't until I want to say like 10 months into the relationship it started.
I met up with someone and married someone too quickly to really know who they were, and didn't realize that they were as controlling as they were.
She met this guy through a friend that she didn't know very well. So they were kind of people that they just talked to online, but she was told this guy would be perfect for her. Anyways, they started dating, and it literally flipped her world upside down. All of a sudden she became obsessed with this guy, and this guy knew it too.
All the while he was dating this girl named Haley, he eventually made her his fiance.
So we used to drink a lot, and when he would get angry, I used to think that like because he drank, like that was why he would hit me. And like progressively it would get like he would like grab my arms and like just like spots where you couldn't see it, you know what I mean? And then he started like progressively like moving to places where you could see like my face and stuff.
So ever since he's been taking a lot of advantage of her, been ruining her friendships with other people, been ruining her chances of doing well in other things, would threaten her if she would do certain things, and basically ruin her relationship with her family as well.
I was controlled emotionally by always being told that I'm not as good, I'm not a good partner, I'm not doing the right thing, I am less than, I want my wife back, being told that I have mental health issues, that I'm crazy.
And then like as the summer progressed, it was more like the alcohol didn't really matter anymore. He would find like any excuse to hit me.
She told my friend that Billy was being physical with her. He didn't hit her, punch her or anything, but he had violently thrown her across the room to keep her from leaving. And she also told my friend that that was not the first time it happened.
He once got mad at me because I didn't want to drink anymore, so he cut the top layer of my hair off. I was straightening my hair, and he didn't like how it looked, so he grabbed the straightener and basically like clamped it on my ankles right here. So like I have 2 burn marks like right here.
I stayed in the relationship for so long because I had children I was taking care of, and I was scared to leave. I didn't know what I was going to do.
I stayed only because, so like when I was with him, it was bad, and I knew if I tried to get out, like it could be worse. Like, you know what I mean? Like I honestly like feared for my life.
I think when they start saying something like, if you do this, I'll do that type of thing, is definitely a big warning sign. I think if your friends are telling you that you're changing a lot, that's a big sign. I think when your family starts pointing it out to you.
Certainly if you've been hit or bruised or anything physical. That's absolutely wrong.
That's a red flag. That's the one you need to be aware of. The yelling and the screaming, and the upset, almost temper tantrums that go well beyond. If you're punching walls, that's scary, and that's a red flag that I'm gonna avoid.
I think I finally became the person I've been meant to be. But I had to go through support from good friends, support of my family, belief in myself that I could do it.
It made me realize that there are better people out there, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like if you are in that type of situation, you should speak up. As hard as it is to speak up, you should speak up, because I know I didn't say anything for like over a year and a half, like, and like no one knew, and like people would say it and I would just deny it. Like, I feel like now because of it, like, this can sound cliche, but like I feel like I'm a stronger person, you know what I mean? Like, from that I learned to like be me, and like if I have a problem with someone, like I'll say it.